Hello and welcome to Fandemically Reviewed, part of the Fandemic. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, I'll answer the question that we all ask ourselves every time we watch a movie or TV show. Where the F do I know that person from? I'll take a look at the directors, writers, actors, then read some of the best, good and bad reviews I can find based on title alone. I'll go give you my thoughts on the reviews as well, just so you can make up your own damn mind in under 30 minutes. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Buchanan, and this is Fandemically Reviewed. I am talking about House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 1. I'm going to do a conversation video about this, about the show here later on this week. I'm finally, I am filing up that currently. So, I watched this last night right when it came on. So, like, it was like right at 8 o'clock. I think I started at 8:02. And I am a huge Game of Thrones, huge House of the Dragon fan. I meant to give season 1 a rewatch. I did about a year ago, but not sooner than that, which I think I probably will wait till the end of season 1 and then I'll do or the end of season 2, then I'll probably go back and watch it all. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff on my in my queue right now. So here's some information about the show. So this was released 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the 16th of June. It was such a great Father's Day present. It really was. Thank you, Max. Thank you. And right now, House of the Dragon in general has an 8.4 out of 10 rating from IMDb with 1.9 thousand reviews. Now, season 2, episode 1 is at an 8.8 out of 10 currently. So the synopsis for this, and I forgot to do Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry. The synopsis for this episode is an internal succession war within the House Targaryen at the height of its power, 172 years before the birth of Daenerys Targaryen. Let's go over some of the creatives on this. There's got 2 show creators that are credited. It's Ryan J. Condal and George R.R. Martin. They're also the writers of this. So you'll know them from Game of Thrones, Rampage. Ryan Condal wrote Colony, the show. Fantastic show. It ended way too soon. And the Hercules with the Rock version. And fantastic. And then I don't need to tell you about George R.R. Martin. Although, dude, get to writing those final books. Please, please, please. This episode is directed by Alan Taylor. He's directed several episodes of Game of Thrones, Thor, The Dark World. So, yeah, maybe that's not the best one to go off of. And Terminator Genesis as well. Also, one more writer is credited, T.J. Mickle, and he writes on Game of Thrones as well. Now, for the cast, it's a pretty big cast. So, main stars, Matt Smith, he plays Prince Daemon Targaryen. You know him, the 11th Doctor, Doctor Who. He's been in The Crown, Last Night at Soho, so much more. I am a huge fan of Matt Smith. I always go back and forth. Is the 11th Doctor my favorite? Is it the 10th? Every now and then it's the 9th or the 4th, 3rd. So I don't know. He's up there. He's up there. Emma Darcy. I'm sorry if I pronunciate that wrong. Brad, no, talk good. Words are hard for me. She is Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. She's been in Mothering Sunday, The Talent, Baptiste, Hannah. Loved Hannah. Such a good movie. Good show too. Olivia Cook, she plays Queen Alicent Hightower. Ready Player One, I forgot she was in that. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, Sound of Metal. Great. That's so amazing. And Bates Motel. And I can never pronounce this right. Rifus Ivans is Sir Otto Hightower. He was the lizard in The Amazing Spider-Man. He was in Notting Hill, Anonymous, Snowden. Steve Toussaint, he plays Lord Corlys. He's from Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. which I went to see that movie the day I met my now wife. Yeah. He's also been in Doctor Who as well. Eve Best plays Princess Reyes Targaryen, the queen that was, or the queen that was never, something like that. The King's Speech, Lucky Man, Nurse Jackie, The Crown. There's a lot of crossover with some of these shows and some of this cast. Fabian Frankel, he plays Sir Christian Cole, the Serpent. Last Christmas is where I was introduced to him. Um, Sonoya Mizuno, she is gonna be huge. I think she plays Missaria, the White Worm. She was in Ex Machina, La La Land, Civil Wars. I still haven't seen that. Devs, Annihilation, Beauty and the Beast, even. Uh, Tom Glenn Carney, he's Prince Aemon Targaryen. He was in Dunkirk, The King, and Tolkien. Ewan Mitchell plays Prince Aemon Targaryen. High Life, Saltburn, great show. The Last Kingdom, another great freaking show. Uh, Fi Saban, she plays Queen Helena Targaryen. The only other thing she's got credited to herself besides House of the Dragon is The Last Kingdom, according to IMDb. And I didn't go into the upcoming stuff. Harry Collette plays Prince Jacaerys or Jace Valerian. He's from Dunkirk as well. Doolittle Gallivant. Jefferson Hall plays Sir Tyland Lannister. They always pay their debts. Tenet, Oppenheimer, Halloween, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and Devs. Devs, if you have not watched Devs is a freaking amazing show. And last, I put on here Tom Taylor plays Lord Cregan Stark, he's from the Dark Tower, the kid who would be king, Love at First Sight, Legends, The Last Kingdom as well. Great actors. It was a great show. My thoughts of this are already high, so we're gonna see if these reviews change my mind any. And here's my disclaimer: I base the reviews I choose solely on the title alone. I have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally no talk good. I'll do my best to read them as I see it. Punctuation good, bad, and all. So let's find out what the people are saying about House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1. I'm going to start let's start with some bad reviews. All right, so bad reviews, I go 1 to 4 stars. And the first one that I got, I actually only have one, is Game of Thrones Season 8 again. Please no. This is just, from today. And here it is. Upon watching Season 1 of House of the Dragon 2 years ago, I regained some hope in the franchise after the disastrous Season 8 of Gale of Thrones. All right. These hopes were crushed today. You simply cannot strip characters of their character. You cannot simply alter things like that, especially something as significant as that, just to make characters more likable or to please a certain audience. The reason we love the earlier seasons of Game of Thrones is because when it mattered, they did things as they happened in the lore. Game of Thrones went downhill when they started altering major things, omitting whole plot lines, making characters more likable, or catering to the audience. I know reviewers and critiques will praise it to the sky, little that they know how neatly they've been shorn. Okay. Let me put this simply to conclude. The episode was supposed to be a red wedding moment, but it ended up being an off-camera joke. House of the Dragon is dead. Okay, so you didn't really specify what you didn't like to give this a 1-star review. I'm just gonna chalk this review up to hatery, but I think what they're talking about is the final. There's death of a baby, the death of a young kid. Spoiler alert. And yes, it is shown off screen. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that. Yes, in the books there's 3 kids. They didn't do that for whatever reason they do. Um, Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, these storylines are so complex. If they did exactly what's in the books, everybody would be lost. Heck, I have to watch it like twice just to like kind of keep up. So, yeah, your review, you're not really reviewing anything. What you're complaining And that's a big difference here. So if you gave me actual facts on why you're giving this a 1, didn't like the acting, the setting wasn't bad, the line delivery just didn't make sense, or mistakes or something like that, that's valid. But nothing in here you said is valid, but it's your opinion, and I respect that. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, got some good reviews. I have a 9-star review here, and this is called The Sun for a Son. From today. The buzz around the show when it was originally coming out was huge and quite insane on social media. Not a lot of people were as neutral on that season in the end as I was, but it does seem like it quickly found the spark that was missing for a lot of the fans of this epic type of television storytelling. I was very excited about the season because it seemed like they were going to be more focused and not jump around in time constantly. And already with the first episode, the show has upped its own standards and provided a great season opener. I agree. The pacing of this episode is very methodical and akin to the previous episode of the best Game of Thrones seasons. It takes it time to set up all its pieces and get the audience on board with the current state of things, quickly reminding us of what happened previously so that everyone is on board. It takes its time, and that's what the first season severely lacked, as it felt like every piece was rushed to make sure that we got to the stuff that we wanted to see quickly. The episode plays around with grief a lot, and it all leads to a beautiful funeral scene that is wonderfully edited and an emotional piece of storytelling told almost without any words. True. It makes us wait for some of the highlights, but the episode is full of them. And especially the last act of the episode carries a huge punch that shows the early stages of war in all its ugliest forms. It shows how the circle of vengeance and hatred has overtaken morale and common sense in this time. And this show could end up becoming a truly breathtaking exploration of war and the effect it has on people involved, told through the veil of a fantasy show. The character work is done sparingly but effectively in this episode, and especially Renar's arc, which is small as she rarely appears throughout the episode. When she does though. But it still gets the emotion stirring because of great writing, and especially because of Emma Darcy's continued supreme acting. A Son for a Son makes for a thrilling return to Westeros and sets up the game pieces for a truly remarkable and gritting season. It features the slow yet deliberate pace that made its predecessor such an engaging show, and its character work is truly remarkable, achieved through some great writing and excellent performances. You know what? I couldn't have said that better. Man, I agree with you, man. 9 out of 10 for me too. Um, the show is amazing, and I can't wait to watch it more. Let's do one more good review. And this one is just a quick one. It's a 7 out of 10. Warning spoilers. How do you mess up blood and cheese? One of the most shocking and horrifying scenes in the book is significantly watered down and kind of lame to end the episode like that. The watered down and kind of, I read that. The rest of the episode is really good. Cast is overall excellent. Loved seeing all the scheming with the Greens and the heartfelt moments with Rhaenyra and her son. The Winterfell opening, Aegon trying to be a decent ruler despite being a terrible person. Pacing was well done. The buildup to the blood and the cheese was intense, but knowing how it was in the book, it just didn't have the same impact that it should have. Still a pretty good opening for season 2. Nice to be back in this world again. So that was a little bit in the middle. I'm gonna agree with the 9-star review more. There's nothing I didn't like about the episode, and I'll probably watch it 2 or 3 times altogether. So, man, keep up the good work. This coming out the heels of watching Acolyte the Acolyte episode 3. Thank you, thank you, writers. Take hint, please tell a good story. All right, here we go. And as far as awards go, they were all really good. It was just a good thing. So we're just gonna go right in. Hey, if you want to find me, friend me, follow me. Facebook at the Fandemic. That's going to change soon, though. TikTok at Fandemic1, Instagram at Fandemic1. If you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out. Let's talk. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next guest on the Fandemic. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. Go to Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTNFandemic. You can become an episode assistant, an episode producer, be part of the con starting at $5 a month. That's the Council of Nerds. Go to PayPal or Venmo at Bradley BT, I'm not going to say no. Most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. If you like this, check out All Things Fandemic and hear all the fun conversations with myself, Brian, and whoever else wants to talk. You can also order my kids' books, Leveling Up My Awesome and Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders on Amazon, or contact me for autographed copies. I got a couple more books that I'm working on, hopefully to have done in the near future. If you want more reviews, check me out on TikTok. Follow me. I'm going to post more of them up there. I've been doing some Acolyte. I'm going to do some of these. I'm probably going to do Inside Out 2 as well tomorrow. So, all right, we're at 16 and a half minutes. I think that's a good time to stop. You think your break is about over? So, House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 1. You just got Fandemically